Yeah, I can. What the hell? Well, I made special deck for him, and we'll see.
A special deck just for that man. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet our second finalist tonight. On the road here, took out none other than Derek from Hong Kong and Afia, who was also knocked by his deck that he's been using now for some 2,000 games. Please, show your love, make some noise, raise the roof. It's Jason!
I mean, that really is how you build yourself a core push. It's a really sort of standard push you see a lot, is high health target supported by the range to really support them and get them in, but then you've got things like the Hog Rider who just very aggressive pushing power.
Does he even have the AoE? Okay, so the arrow's going to come in there, but that got a lot of damage done. The commitment to the arrows was...
Last sort of 20 or so seconds, we get that double Elixir, I expect we're going to see Derek's deck just explode.
Good reaction to Hog Rider in the end. The Barbarians should be able to chew through him, and then once again they're well positioned now for the Giant to be able to push forward, and Hog Rider comes out as well. So a big push coming out from Jason here to try and break through, but look at the commitment everywhere. This arc being created by Derek to try and greet it.
Now the thing is,
work, though.
Derek's defense is scattered right now. They were all going for different things, so the Giant did manage to, while taking a lot of damage, did quite cleanly manage to be really dangerous, because if he can stall out and save this right tower until overtime, all he has to do is finish off 400 health to take game one.
But again, you've got to think about it here. From Jason, he's been committing to, with these Elixir collectors to the kind of later stages of this game anyway. So every single time he's able to make one of these pushes, it's very powerful. That Hog Rider jumps through though, and there's not going to be too much damage actually going onto it. This is still a big push. He's going to take this tower. That's one tower going for Jason against HK Esports Derek.
30 seconds left on the clock and counting. We see a few
aggressive, because if you do, then you could lose things on the defensive. It's having spent so much into that.
Have you ever heard the phrase, the gentle giant? That's not a gentle giant. Jason's giant is aggressive, but we can see Derek, almost his entire deck, I think his entire deck is completely different. Every single card is different than what we saw last time.
Yeah, it's cool to see here with Witch implemented in as well. Hog Rider on the left-hand side now, whilst the P.E.K.K.A is being kind of distracted and freeze to deal with the Hog Rider, since he didn't have anything else to put down.
Wow, and the Hog Rider is just completely dealt with. I think that might be another adjustment, is Derek just using the freeze on the Hog Rider. We saw this used earlier on, but a big push on the right by Jason. Not sure if the Giant's going to go down or if he's going to get some damage off. The Skeletons are deployed, but the Minions are going to keep the Elixir Pump busy as well.
Yeah, that was not too bad actually. I mean, he cleaned up with the arrows, but he's probably going to end up losing that tower eventually. That's so much damage actually going onto it. The Minion Horde was not down with 10 health. Wow. 10 health remaining on that tower.
What do you do if you're Jason in the situation? Do you leave that tower alive until overtime, or do you just take it out now to get the positioning advantage to be able to spawn things further up?
Set up defensively, try and deal with this rage, and if he can deal with this rage from here on out, you can arrow it. It doesn't matter, but he's frozen some of that. That balloon is on top of that tower. Not much more. He's actually just going to go straight for the big push, and I don't think he can save that tower.
Oh, that was expensive, but Derek, this is so many units coming in. The big crown tower is taking so much damage, and this might be game 2.
That looks like that is it. And each time, there you go, GG. Jason will take game number 2. Each time.
Game's actual live client. And Jason, as said himself, he just turned up. He loves the game. He just wants to play. And here he is, one game away from taking home, debatably one of the best players in the world in Clash Royale. A 3-0, not even 3-1, 3-2, 3-0 right now, maybe.
We've seen that Hog Rider coming out from Jason already. Gets on towards that cannon, which will hold it off quite nicely. Ice Wizard being deployed by Derek as well. And between them on live, there's like 1,000 trophies difference. 4,000 against 3,100 or something. So,
and especially when you get to higher levels of trophies, that 1,000 makes a bigger difference than it might appear.
Yeah. Here, though, on a level playing field with all cards same level, commons 8, rares 6, epics 3, legendaries 1. Not as easy. This is a big push though from Jason once again. That Giant tanking up so much. He crafts the units behind it so well to pump out damage. And look how well they've got through here.
Oh my word, already down to 400 health and lowering 160, 118, 72. Wow!
I'm going to be copying this comp when I go home. Oh my god, Jason with this giant goblins.
Jason's just too much right now.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult to deal with. Hog Rider on the way, Giant thrown down in the middle as well. This is going to be the distraction here for maybe the Hog Rider to do something, because realistically, what do you deal with? Do you deal with the Giant that's going to do some damage, or do you do the Hog Rider here? Likewise, He took so much damage on his towers from that.
It's just the benefit of taking a tower so
And there's 20 seconds left on the clock, and I don't think he can push down one of these towers.
But even if Derek does manage to, make a miracle happen and take out one of the towers, his tower's down to 250 health, and there's a giant and a Hog Rider.
Gonna get it.
Game.
That Hog Rider is gonna bring home the win. That's the 3-0 from Jason. He advances on to the semi-finals. Brilliant stuff from Jason.
I don't know, the Goblins are going to take some of them out, but oh wow, there's the electricity. 60 seconds left, here we go, here comes the double again, going straight in with the Giant, pushing straight past. The only thing that can do damage right now is those Spear Goblins that aren't going to do a huge chunk of damage by themselves. Good use of the arrows, going in with the push. This could be the Tower Buster. This could be it, the Giant's going to punch it. 157 life, no, it goes down. Goblins are going to keep alive, the Barbarians are going to counter this, but just chipping the life away over and over again. The Hog Rider is good, Elfie manages to deploy it, going to run straight past Minions. Wow, the lightning does a lot of damage. And more importantly, stunning those Minions, that's going to be some free damage. But speaking of that, straight in with the counter-attack, in with another Giant. Here comes the Bomb Tower just to try and get those single units by themselves. And once again, more importantly, distracting that Giant from taking out that tower, which is very weak at this point. Now, up until this point, Jason's been saving the Giant before it attacks. Is it going to survive? The arrows aren't doing much damage, Giant goes through. Great stun there, might have saved a couple of things ahead, but that's going to go, 10 seconds. 8, 7, just in this situation, this Hog Rider's going to try and go behind enemy lines. A fireball just to try and do some of that damage, but at this point does not matter. Now, that was a good amount of poke, but in this situation, Jason's still on the back foot. I mean, he has got less tower health. Here comes the Hog Rider. He's going to completely ignore those Minions, take a chunk of damage. Is he going to get one hit? No, he isn't. Tries to go in for the lightning just to go for that delay. Here comes the Giant push once again. We've seen it so many times before. Barbarians going in. This is going to be a big fight in the left lane. But be careful now. We're still in Inferno Tower. Just waiting down. The question is, does LP have the buildings left? The Giants are just going straight past them, and that could have been a game-changing arrow. Here we go. This is it, the Fireball's not going to kill it, the Giant going to keep punching. Wow, 2 more hits, is going to take the tower. He's not going to stop. Here comes more of a phase race going in, and anything that can stop it. The Giant's going to take the tower, and once again, just like that, wow, Hog Rider gets taken out, and it looks very much like Jason is going to be taking another very dangerous situation to be in, especially when you're 2 games up. You don't want that momentum to go out of your favor. Back at this neutral situation, but once again, the bomb, I mean, that's one of the extra elements of the Hog Rider that you can kind of outrun those bombs. And here comes a big push, 60 seconds left. This is where things are going to double. This is the dangerous point again for Elf. Also, can we talk about how when it's Hog Rider and Giant, they're completely separate, but the Giant goes in first to take the aggro. When it's Barbarians and Giant, the Giant is always placed inside the Barbarian. Very unfortunate placement though, because the Giant went completely past both those units, and he's going to be sitting really pretty right now. Is the Giant going to be able to solo this tower? There is no way he's going to go down before that will do it. The Goblins aren't going to be enough to stop him. He is just marching on. 30 seconds to play defensive. And if you can defend that tower damage for
but still, because Jason put his down earlier on, he will gain a little bit of an advantage over Steroidy later on for that.
Going to completely ignore that tower, get a nice couple of hits. That's about 1-2. I think he may have just got away with that extra hit. Oh my days, so much damage! There goes one of the towers.
Brilliant stuff there. The Minion Horde following up there with that Hog Rider. Now the mortar's down, but does he have defense for it? Giant has been thrown down on his side of the map.
Just put on there, just out of nowhere, an Inferno Tower, and unfortunately put too far away.
Steroidy's distraught, and he's not able to deal with it. He must have misclicked during all of that, and this game number 1 is a disaster for him. Jason is well on the way here to being able to grab this, and the second tower falls.
Just like that, we're not even at 1 minute left on the clock, and he's lost 2 towers. King Tower is taking big damage as well. Goes in for a bit of defense. They're going to do a good bit of damage. He is going to trade a couple of tower hits. That's quite significant this early on.
Followed up by Princess behind that, and that's actually a really good choice. I was expecting Minion Horde to come out to try and deal with the P.E.K.K.A, but that's a great response to it.
Good freeze! Here we go! And he's opting to go for the Barbarians instead of the tower though, so although he did get the freeze, that did save a lot of tower damage on the side of Jason.
Yeah, the Barbarians being placed down there will always into better shape he is going to be in against Steroidy.
So we see another P.E.K.K.A go straight in there. Now the question is, what's the follow-up? I like the patience, waiting for the P.E.K.K.A on one side and going in for the Giant on the other to force him to spend the Elixir to defend that left side rather than put everything towards the attack.
Ash is behind that. Goblins are going to clean that up very nicely.
Oh no!
But now there's nothing actually to clean up the Giant with the arrows being able to fend that off. And he's committing to the P.E.K.K.A as well.
Now that's the thing, that's exactly that. More than he's needed any play in the past. Yep. We're getting showered in confetti right now.
Yeah, that is a lot of confetti, oh my god. But for now, this Tesla isn't really going to hold on for too long. Look, he's seen once again the Giant and the Hog Rider follow up with the amount of damage behind it. This is going to take down this tower. What response does he have? He tries to go for the 3 Musketeers. A little bit of a change up in this deck, but it's not quick enough here.
I don't know. I think that the Three Musketeers, that's going to slightly help him. But what does he do now? He's got 35 seconds to get something on the go.
He can get those Elixir collectors up and running.
He's going to get a little bit of damage right there. Might get a couple of hits. Oh, no! That was a big mistake!
The freeze all the way to the bottom corner. That might cost him. That is a big investment for not getting anything out of that aggressive push.
How does he stop the push besides 5 or so much damage? He's not going to be happy with that mistake. We talked about this earlier. The misclicks with this tournament setting.
He might be done.
Oh, no.
The zap to try and stun them, but it's not enough at all. Try and gain some momentum on the left-hand side. Hog Rider, as well as the Barbarians trying to push him, but the Giant, well, he's got the minions behind us, and I don't know if he has much to commit to it.
Oh no, speaking of commitment, this is another big push. Gonna go in, that's not gonna do loads of damage. Here come the Spear Goblins to try and mop up that second tower.
Jason has just crafted this deck so well, and he knows every single response.
Just
he takes it down, and he's gonna take down the third tower as well. There's nothing left. The arrows come in, and that is that.
What
Jason,
an amazing way to finish this tournament.
Jason is crowned the champion here in Helsinki. What a way, what dominance here for Clash Royale.
Jason has been a force to be reckoned with non-stop since the very beginning, and what a play to finish this tournament.
Gentlemen, your champion. One more time, your champion. Final thoughts, send us home.
Thank you. Have a good night. Enjoy Finland.
Enjoy Finland. Kiitos. Thank you very much.